All right, welcome to our very first, I guess, special podcast,
Yeah,
exclusive podcast.
breaking the format that we've only kind of a little bit had.
Yeah, so definitely remember to comment, and if you guys like this, we will continue it. But I guess tonight, or this morning, or this afternoon, whenever you were listening, we are talking about Ready Player One.
Yes, and I am ready.
I am very ready. I'm sure everyone knows right now because the trailers have been, popping up and
All over the place.
all over the place. But Ready Player One was a book that came out in 2011.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's been a while, and it was written by Ernest Cline, and it's basically like a post-apocalyptic, but not really that far post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah.
Where
Or dystopia, I guess.
yeah, it's like a dystopia. It's 2040-ish, 2030-ish. I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's somewhere around that time.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, and in the future, their population's gotten out of control. People live in this world these cities that they call the stacks.
Yeah.
And it's literally like airstreams stacked on each other.
Yeah.
Just for miles. It's like mega cities, but not nearly as cool as Dread.
It's like
trailer park mega cities.
Yeah.
And but there's this game, and I guess it's the only game because
it's not. It's like a replacement for the internet almost. It's like not even a game.
Yeah, it's like there's the internet, and then there's the Oasis.
Yeah.
Which is this like end all be all. It could never happen, but it's so cool, and I wish it would type video game.
Yeah.
Where it's like you just go into the game and you live it and you do cool stuff and you can do anything in the game. You can do everything in the game. You go to school in the game. At a part in the book, you realize that people work out in the game. They have like a rig.
Yeah, because like some people have like a full haptic suit.
Yeah, they're called haptic suits, and that's how you like control your dude. And so like, because the world stinks so much, everybody just goes to the Oasis, like young and old. They don't even have I don't think they have real world. Maybe there are real world schools.
There are. He mentions that it's like a program that you can apply for because that's the only way he was gonna be able to get an Oasis rig.
Yeah.
Because he was so poor he couldn't afford one.
Yeah, so you basically get like a government subsidized here's your rig, your basic like headset and a controller type thing, or gloves. It's like the most basic. But anyway, there's this amazing world, and the creator of said world, whose name is Halliday, he dies, and when he dies, so the book starts off with like his own virtual obituary that he's written, and it's like so he dies. He's all into video game design, and he's made these Easter eggs, and if you can find all these Easter eggs, you can unlock all the the puzzles of this grand game he has, and whoever gets it gets control of the Oasis. They basically become like the CEO of that company, and they get all the money. Like they get all of his saved money.
Yeah, because there's he had, him and his partner, but he had majority or something.
Yeah, he had majority stock in that game.
Yeah, and then there's a company that does server maintenance and stuff like that.
They host it. Yeah.
They host it and all that, but they don't have any of the rights.
No.
So that's they're the antagonist because it's basically
that's IOI.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is the company. So they run the servers and they kind of keep it going, but they have no stock in the Oasis.
They don't have control. They can't make decisions.
Yeah, because legally Halliday and his friend Morrow are the ones that have it. And so it turns into, oh boy, it's like Willy Wonka meets Tron. That's probably the best way, because...
that doesn't even begin to start. But I think that's the best...
That's a good way of saying it.
That's a good way to start, yeah.
It's like if Willy Wonka was like, welcome to my Tron factory. Who's going to win and who's going to get control of my factory and all my assets.
And not once... I'm pretty sure This is the first time anybody has ever uttered that statement.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's cool. It's awesome. And the whole thing is the Ernest Cline grew up in the 80s. I want to say he's probably 10, 15 years older than we are.
Roughly.
And he's just like, and I mean this like in the most endearing terms. He is like a grown man-child nerd. Like he loves nerd stuff.
Yeah.
And he just oozes and wants everybody to know about what it's like to be a nerd.
Yeah.
And how cool it can be to be a nerd.
Yeah.
I know some of my friends who've read the book complain that it sounds like a 16-year-old child. The main character is a 16-year-old child. So
it's
either
accurate.
Ernest Cline is an amazing author and has a voice, or can make the voice sound like a 16-year-old child, or he just sounds like a 16-year-old child anyway, and he's talking. But the book is so much fun.
It is like the entire book is literally his perspective.
Yeah, it's the
like
POV.
It's like first person perspective of
Wade.
Yeah.
Wade Watts.
Wade Watts.
Whose dad intentionally names him like Wade Watts because he's like, oh yeah, that's like a superhero name.
Yeah, well, like specifically because he was a fan of Deadpool.
Yeah.
Which is funny because Deadpool wasn't that popular at the time, so some crazy foresight there. That it's like, somebody who was having a child around the time that this character would have been born would have probably been a huge Deadpool fan.
Yeah, and so Wade Watts is like the first to uncover one of these Easter eggs, and he causes the whole world to go in. So then the competition starts, but you've got the IOI corporation, and they want all the assets so that they can turn it into a paid subscription. So they're basically like evil EAs. Yeah,
because basically the whole premise is that like anybody can pick up.
Yeah, and the Oasis is free.
In. Yeah, the Oasis is free as long as you have a headset. You can pop in there and like. Yeah, you're gonna have more fun if you have money, because like if you have money you can because people trade assets all the time. Like you can't buy money from the company. No. But you can buy and sell stuff with real or fake money with other players and stuff.
Well, it's weird. It's like your assets in the game are like you can pay for groceries with game assets because the game is such like a commodity.
Yeah, it's basically like game money is basically that's the point of
it's like Bitcoin. Yeah, it's like a weird Bitcoin thing.
Yeah, so like but you can get that money in the game. So you can literally farm gold in real life.
Yeah, later in the book Wade kind of becomes a celebrity because he's like one of the first people to go on this. There's like a high scoreboard, and whoever's the furthest into finding the clues is on the high scoreboard. So his name pops up, his avatar name pops up. So he becomes a celebrity, and he's like endorsing stuff, and getting actual money that he can use in the real world.
Yeah. And so it's pretty interesting, but the whole point is that it's like it's completely free. So like literally, even the poorest person could pop in there and potentially make some money.
Yeah,
But then the company obviously wants to, make it a subscription and make microtransactions and all that. Which again, it's talking about foresight.
Yeah. So IOI wants everyone to have to pay like a monthly subscription, but then they need, to unlock material, they need to pay. So
also everybody can create in it too.
Yeah.
Because
it's like Minecraft.
Yeah, and then it's like they would want it to like
you play their stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they will want to block things off and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, and basically monopolize, the Oasis in their way. So,
it's really interesting. It's
good.
Yeah,
and it's like a race. It's a race to the end.
Yeah, it's super cool. Well, it's because it's like it is a race, and it's like a.
It's like a coming of age story too.
Yeah, well, it's like it's like a I want to say Easter egg hunt, but that's like. Kind of a game there, but it's like it's like a race, but they're also like trying to solve these puzzles.
Yeah, so you've got like clans that are helping each other.
Yeah, because like the thing had been going on for a while before the book starts, but nobody had ever found even so much as a clue.
Yeah,
and so like the book starts out where
it's like 5 years after the announcement, no one's ever found anything.
So there's like clans and groups and stuff like that, and then the
egg hunters.
Yeah, that's right. They're called egg hunters because it's referred to as like an Easter egg or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just the egg or whatever. But
yeah, you have to find keys, and the keys find
gates, and then
or the keys open gates, and then
the gate is a challenge.
Yeah, and then once you win the challenge, then you go up on the board.
Yeah, and it's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it's I've heard criticisms that it comes off. It's like name dropping or whatever. It's like, oh, look at this, and then this.
It's heavy on the references, and I feel like if it didn't have references, it probably wouldn't have existed.
Yeah, that's like the whole point of it.
It relies on that
because it's like, I guess the best like comparison would be it's like a trashy romance novel for like
nerds.
It's not a heavy read. It's supposed to just be like, man, this is like reading the most cool things.
I read it in a weekend.
Yeah, like I read it in like a course of a couple days, and it was literally just like, man, this is like the coolest stuff.
It's
like,
just
I just love to do that.
It's fun, and it kind of like takes you back, and it's cheesy, it's sappy, but it's like an 80s movie.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like a John Hughes film where you're like, man, I really like these characters. I really like, you know, their reactions. Boy, I want the main character to get the girl and succeed type.
Yeah.
You know, simple storytelling, but
yeah, it's just a fun, light read. And I think it'll be a really fun movie. Every time they release something, I keep swaying between like, oh, it looks like it's pretty close to, that's completely different, but it looks like it's pretty close to.
Yeah, well, I guess at this point, we'll have to make note that like right at like 12 minutes in, because we're going to start talking about the movies and the main story, like we are going to hit some book spoilers.
Yeah, because we're going to be talking about stuff in the trailers.
Especially the last trailer. The most recent trailer gave away some stuff that I was actually kind of surprised about.
Yes, and that's
like
why I'm...
Like in-game
Yeah, and that's why I'm a little like, I don't really know.
Yeah.
So, alright, let's just do initial thoughts on like the movie and trailers and stuff like that before we hop into like full spoilers territory.
Yeah.
Because it's almost impossible to talk about like what has been in those trailers without just straight spoilers.
Yeah, so trailer 1, we can kind of do that.
Yeah,
there's 3.
Yeah, just overall feel and stuff of that.
Yeah.
It looks good. Sorry guys, we're just gonna have to jump straight into spoilers because I can't think of anything to really say that hasn't already been said.
Alright, so here's your warning. Spoilers. First trailer comes out a few months ago. Maybe more than that.
It was a while back.
It was, and
'cause I hadn't read the book yet, I don't think.
Yeah, I had read the book. I was super excited. You know, Spielberg's in it, or Spielberg's directing. He's not. Yeah. He's directing it. So I have like a lot of high hopes. Ernest Cline is writing the script with Spielberg. So I feel like even the changes that they have to make, it's okay because it's like the person who made it is actually making those decisions. Sometimes that can be bad. Other times it's okay.
Yeah.
But I do have a lot of faith because the book itself lends heavily to Spielberg. And that Spielberg is doing it. It excites me. But yeah, that first trailer was kind of odd because it's like really dark.
Mm-hmm. And I was kind of worried about that actually because I was like, man, I imagine the Oasis as being like this crazy, awesome, like bright, like 80s kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
And it was really dark. It was like fucking, can I like get a tint?
It's like super, like I was like super into it because like the music starts and like it's an orchestral version of the song from Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
And
it's a fantastic choice.
I'm getting caught up in it, but then like afterwards I'm thinking, man, that looked really dark, and there were a lot of like modern references. I think I saw Master Chief, and that's kind of weird. And then it makes sense.
It does make sense because not everybody was an egg hunter.
Yeah.
So more contemporary things would still be pretty prevalent, but it was not so much the presence of those things as the absence of everything else.
Yeah, and then like there's like the Iron Giant, so you see him, and I thought, okay, that's cool. I can live with it. I'm 100% sure that is taking place of first giant spoiler, the RX-78 Gundam.
No. That he didn't have that.
Right.
Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I was like, so, like, they can't have the Gundam, so they're going to have Iron Giant. I can live with it. It's a little sad. Cool.
It is unfortunate what it did replace, though.
Uh-huh.
Because in the book, if for some reason you're listening to this and you haven't read it, in the book, he basically gets to choose a giant robot.
Yeah.
Everybody who gets the third key gets to choose a giant robot. And he's going through the list and he sees like, oh, what? There's a Gundam, there's an Iron Giant, and I'm definitely taking Japanese Spider-Man robot.
The Leopardon?
Yeah, Leopardon. Yeah. And it's like...
Leopardon.
I really wish that had gotten in there.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't.
But to be fair, like, he's standing next to it in the trailer, so I thought that might have been H's robot. Yeah. H is one of his friends and fellow hunters.
What did H get?
The Gundam.
No, because it was the Japanese guy that got the Gundam.
Was it?
Yeah. I don't remember what H got. I don't remember what anybody got except for...
Wade has the Leopardon.
Yeah.
Artemis has a mech from like an Ultraman show.
Okay,
it's like a female. It has like boob missiles.
Okay, yeah.
And I think Shoto might have had the RX-78, and then H had.
What did H have?
They fight against
Mechagodzilla?
No. They fight against Voltron.
Yeah, Voltron.
So it's not Voltron.
Which, Voltron gets punked out before they actually get combined, which is unfortunate but kind of funny because it's like they're so arrogant they didn't think to combine before the fight and they just get whacked.
I forgot, but yeah. So anyway, that happens, and then in the trailer there's like a big rally race.
Yeah.
Which is cool because you get to see the DeLorean, which the main character drives. I'm like, yep. And then Artemis is on Kaneda's bike from Akira. And you're like, yeah, totally.
Awesome.
Ryu is walking by Mad Max's car at the beginning of the rally. Ryu from Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Like, if you haven't guessed already, like, when we're talking about reference heavy, that's what we're talking about. Like, an orc frags Freddy Krueger in the trailer.
Yeah.
It's insane. So, like, it ends, and I'm going, okay. The way the Oasis looks, the way the stacks look, like, aesthetically, this is great. The Oasis itself, like, it was so dark, and I'm like, I'm a little worried. Second trailer comes out. Mm-hmm. And the second trailer, I actually physically yelped while watching it.
Yeah.
That one shows more of the Oasis, and it is colorful.
Yeah.
It's very colorful. You get to see more of the stacks in the real world, and that looks really cool. The music it's going off. You've got Jump by Van Halen. I'm like, oh my gosh, like the 80s. The first trailer had Tom Sawyer by Rush, which that's like super cool. So you're like, all right, he's got the 80s music in there. But yeah, just hearing Van Halen going, and you're seeing all the, these characters. There's like like for the final battle, there's like a Braveheart charge, and there's like Chun-Li, characters from Overwatch, which I was a little like, but they'd be there, so I know. And then just out of nowhere, there's a shot, and the RX-78 just comes flying in, and I actually yelped. Like, I could not believe it.
Yeah.
And as nerdy as I am, I almost cried.
That was not the one thing. That was one of the main things that I was certain was going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Because Bandai Namco they just don't, or not Bandai, but just Bandai.
Bandai doesn't seem to play well with others.
No.
And so I thought,
they're weird with license, specifically with how they license Gundam.
Yeah.
They're super weird.
And so I thought, it's Spielberg, but they're probably not going to. But they did.
They did.
If the Gundam is in there, all bets are off.
Yeah.
That we are going to get more surprises.
Yeah. Also, just to go ahead, I yield. You are correct. It is H in RX-78.
Okay.
Shoto has Raideen. I don't recognize it. I remember knowing the reference in the book when I read it. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's from another Mega Fighter.
Yeah, like I recognize the robot, but I can't place it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, just a aside there. But yeah, no, that was the crowning moment, and I think they knew that people were really curious about the Gundam.
Yeah, and that second trailer makes you realize that the dark, gritty stuff that you were seeing in the first trailer is literally the final battle, like in front of the castle Interax, which is supposed to be a dark.
Yeah,
like that's supposed to be like the darkest part of the book is this giant battle.
And even then, in when we see that same battle later, it is still the tone is lifted just a little bit, so you can actually see what's happening.
Yes, and the third trailer, the third trailer, it looks like it is like when I read the book, it is exactly verbatim what I saw, and so now I'm a little more.
Parts of it,
yes.
Parts of it were very like, and that's kind of like
Excuse me.
The third trailer is some of the best. Like that, it's the one that has assured me the most. Where I'm like, yep, 100% sign me up.
Yep.
It's also the one that has shown like the most
deviation.
Blatant. Like, okay, that definitely didn't happen. Because the rest of the stuff, I'm like,
I just meant the battle.
Oh
like,
yeah,
the final battle.
100%.
That looks exactly like how I pictured it.
Oh yeah, no, that was perfect. But yeah, the only thing that was weird about that is like, because all the other stuff that we'd seen that I was like, I don't know where that could be. It was never like, definitely that's wrong.
Yeah, you never. There was a few shots in every trailer that I thought, where would like that wasn't in the book, or that's definitely not in the book, especially the rally race.
Yeah, but it was like, okay, maybe they could fit that somewhere or something.
Yeah.
But it was the first one that I was like, okay, there's a definite deviation, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just there's a very clear deviation here, and that's when H is driving. Because in the book, it's just they just drive there, and he just sits in the passenger seat and they chat.
Yeah. So at the end of the book, the main character it's a long story.
Yeah.
But basically, there's a part where he has to escape where he lives, and he has to go meet one of the surviving developer of the Oasis. So he has to go to his house, and he has one of his online friends he actually meets in real world, and it's the first person that he's met in the real world. And that character, whose name is H, drives him like in a Winnebago out there. And I think at a part he does actually go into the Oasis to warn another 2 or 3 characters, or to tell them, hey, this is where you need to go.
Yeah.
But there's no threat.
Yeah.
There's urgency, but there's no threat.
Yeah, it's and they're very clearly getting attacked.
Like and in the trailer, they're like a highway chase.
It's a highway chase.
Like guns are going off.
He's in the Oasis doing stuff.
Yeah.
And then she's driving, and it's... I'm not gonna lie, it looks super rad.
It does.
I'm totally into whatever's happening there.
Yeah.
That's the other thing, actually, since I just dropped it with that pronoun, that sick pronoun drop.
Yeah, this is a huge, probably one of the biggest.
I am
spoilers.
Shocked they dropped that.
Yeah, so H in the book, for the 80% of the book is Wade's best friend, and it's a guy, and you never second guess it.
Yeah.
Until they meet in the real world, and it's an African American female instead of a Caucasian, blonde hair, blue eyes.
And that's the other thing is he's like an orc type dude in this.
Yeah, and it looks like the Avatar is an orc, whereas the Avatar was literally the complete opposite. It was
like just straight up a dude.
Yeah.
But like the most like Captain America, like the most handsome, cool, suave,
like very bro-ish.
Bro dude.
Talks about bro stuff.
Yeah. And it was like the most jarring thing, and then it's like, oh, okay.
It's a really cool reveal in the book.
Yeah, because I literally had no clue what to expect. And so it's a really weird way to go about it.
Yeah, but the trailer definitely shows, okay, yeah, H is female.
Yeah. I mean,
well, I don't know. Maybe not.
Maybe they don't name.
They don't say, okay, that's who this character is.
But it's like.
But they do show that there's a female character.
Yeah, they show
other than Artemis.
Yeah, they show that there's clearly another character that's female that's not Artemis, and there's a limited number of characters, so...
But she does drop a Mario Kart reference in the trailer, and I'm okay with that.
That was pretty cool. Like, I'm 100% down with that. There's
Donkey Kong or King Kong. I'm not sure. There's a giant monkey jumping on buildings in the trailer, too.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
All around, like, every movie... or every trailer that comes out, like I imagine that people who do trailer breakdowns just have an aneurysm. I can't even fathom.
Oh yeah.
Like, whew, the amount of yellow circles and arrows you'd need, it's insane.
It is. And another thing, so when the third trailer dropped, we got a poster. The original Ready Player One poster was like, it's just Wade climbing a ladder, and it kind of got. I'm sure everyone's seen it on the internet. The way he's like staggering up the ladder and the angle makes it look like he has like an 8-foot long leg. And it looks really weird. And it's a cool poster, but it's not great. The new poster is like a work of art. It is like they got I forget his name, movie poster artist did it.
Oh yeah, I love movie poster artist guy.
Yeah, so Raiders of the Lost Ark, Star Wars, that guy. So sorry for forgetting his name. It's boom. And if you see it, it has all the characters. So it has the 5 kind of main egg hunters, or gunters as they call them. You see the bad guy, who's being, it's Krennic from Rogue One. He's the bad guy.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. And then you see Holiday.
Sorrento.
Yes,
right?
Sorrento.
Yeah. It's like the smarmiest name. Like, that's so perfect.
And they picked the smarmiest guy.
Yeah, it's like literally the best name for that character. Yeah. And that is perfect casting. I would have never thought
And then you get to see Simon Pegg as Halliday's best friend.
Really?
Yeah, he's going to be all.
Oh, that's amazing. I didn't catch that.
You see Halliday. And and then you see the main character. There's a DeLorean. Cameron, pull it up, because have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw a glimpse of it, but I didn't get a good look.
Okay, so like the main character's on it, he's in the DeLorean, he's doing the Back to the Future pose, you're like, how can this poster get even more nerdy? The RX-78 is on the poster.
Yes.
If you look above the RX-78 Gundam on the poster, it's the Bebop from Cowboy Bebop.
What? Okay, hold on, I'm bringing it up right now. Poster.
I was sitting there and Michaela goes, that's not an X-Wing. And I'm like, what shit? Oh my god!
Holy
yeah.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Yeah.
It's low res, but I see it. Oh my goodness.
So
yeah.
This
here it is. Now it's loaded in.
This poster is like a testament to nerd.
Yo, I don't know who that Dr. Doom looking mofo is.
Yeah, there's a Dr. Doom looking guy. I think that's probably Sorrento's avatar. Instead of him just being like.
Oh yeah, because he had just like a generic dude.
All of them, all the.
Well, he had. Like, they were all generic. He looked like himself. Like, he looked like a dude in a suit.
He looked like himself, yeah.
Yeah. Well, presumably.
Presumably, he looked like himself. Yeah.
And so, yeah. But, okay, yeah, I'm looking, and it's like, yeah, okay. There's, oh, yeah, that's pretty rad.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, see, I saw the Gundam, and I saw, of course, Iron Giant. You know, like, sweet beam saber, but I did not catch the Cowboy Bebop. That's amazing.
Yeah. So, we're nerding out. This thing is literally just it's great, and I'm super excited. So now I'm really hyped for the movie.
Yeah.
I was going to see it. I was going to see it regardless. Now I just cannot wait.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite books I've read in a very long time. As cheesy as it is, like when I finished it in a weekend, so I feel like I can't really say like over the course of reading the book, but like when I picked that book up, I knew it was like happy time.
Yeah,
like
it was just fun.
You pick up the book, and I was like, I'm in my happy place. Like,
yeah,
I feel warm and fuzzy inside, and I'm loving every moment of this thing.
What are those bikes?
I think there's just so Cameron's looking at it.
I'm looking at the poster. I'm like,
it's just like generic speeder bike things.
Yeah, I guess they're not probably a reference, or there's deep references I'm missing. But yeah, it's just, but yeah, like you're saying, it's just fun times when you're reading.
It is like, very fun
because it's just It's just like literally everything, and it's like, wouldn't it be cool if is the book?
Yes,
and it's like, yeah, sign me up.
And I feel like, so the the 80s for us, is we were not functionally able to remember the 80s.
No.
I wasn't even born in the 80s, but I guess like my family was like really slow to pick up on technology. So like my first console, everyone else had Super Nintendos. I had an Intellivision. Which I'm not sure if you know what an Intellivision is, but if you go to Google, it tells you old as heck.
Yeah.
So I had an Intellivision and I had an Atari 2600 before, like I'd go over to my friend's house because I'm like, oh man, these Super Nintendos are awesome. But if I wanted to play games at home, I had bunny ears on a TV.
Yeah.
And then I got my first console was Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
And then no, I lied. It was a Nintendo 64. Then a Game Boy Color. Yeah.
Okay, right on.
But everything that I liked, like Transformers and Power Rangers and all of that stuff does come from the 80s. So for me, it's like, oh, this guy's literally writing about everything I love.
Yeah, well, it's pretty similar for me because I had a brother who was 10 years older than me, so everything that he liked was from the 80s, and so I got exposed to a lot of that stuff pretty early on.
Yeah, and so I don't know if there's much more that we can praise or talk about the book, because I don't want to like
just give out everything about the book. Yeah. But let's give out everything in the channel.
But yeah, we're about to give away a lot of cool stuff. So my fiance Michaela, she loved Ready Player One. She might have even liked the book a little bit more than I did, which is surprising because she's not into video games and movies and nerd stuff like I am.
Yeah.
And so she had to like consult Google for a lot of stuff just so that she could like see if like Klein does a good job of being like, Zork, it was a text-based game. You had to type your commands in. It's just text on a screen. You have to come up with the ideas in your head. But still, like, Michaela's like, okay, well, I've never seen the box art for Zork.
Yeah.
I've never seen just an old computer running Zork. So I started taking note of like, okay, yeah, she caught that reference. No, she didn't catch this reference. And at the end of it, I ended up with a list of all of the challenges that the main characters have to go through to get the keys and go through the gates on their way.
Which, yeah, I'm glad you have that list, because I was kind of curious about it, too, because it happens simultaneously really fast and really slow at the same time, and it's easy to miss. There were challenges I completely forgot about.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to try to post photos of this so that other people can, but because we have about a month, the movie comes out on the 29th of March.
Yeah.
So in the next month, I've committed to having a challenge.
Yeah.
Which is the Halliday Easter egg hunt.
Yeah.
It's trying to do all. So the movie probably isn't going to have all the references.
No.
It's impossible.
No.
But because we liked the book so much, we thought, okay, we're going to do it. So we're going to try. We're going to try to either watch every movie that's referenced or play a little bit of every game. And it is a long list, but it is a doable list.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to get into it right now.
What time are we sitting at?
We are sitting about right out half an hour.
Oh yeah, might as well.
So okay, so with this is for everybody.
Yeah.
So if you have a pen and paper and you want to try to play this challenge with us, where we will start. So the copper key, to get the copper key, the character had to go through a 1-to-1 dungeon that is the Tomb of Horrors, which is a Dungeons and Dragons module.
Yeah, from the, I want to say it was actually OG Gundam, not even like D&D, original game. Yeah, like the original Gundam. Not Gundam. Did I say Gundam?
Yeah, you've been
I said Gundam a lot. Dungeons and Dragons.
It is. It's Dungeon. It's the first.
The first one. It was like he also like did a rewrite of it for AD&D, but no, it's like the original.
And it's like in-game stuff. Like it's like real hard.
Yeah, basically, Gygax was like, my players have been getting too cocky because they're super powerful. I'm gonna like make something that will kill them if they do something dumb.
Yeah. So you got 2 and 4. So the main character, has to go through like this, like recreation
Mm-hmm.
of it, and because he's played it and he's read about it, he knows all the challenges. When he gets to the end and he has to fight the Lich King, he thinks he's getting into like a sword battle or like a mage battle with him. Turns out, no, he has to play the arcade game Joust. And he has to get the best 2 out of 3. So, he has to get the high score,
Well, he just has to but effectively get the high score.
Yeah, so effectively beat the Lich King.
Who is more or less a simulation of the creator of the game. Like more because like
it's like his personality, but it's the Lich King.
Well, it's physically
Lich.
the Lich, but like he effectively has to beat the creator of the Oasis.
Yeah, so he has to. It's like a ghost mode of the creator. So the creator's played it, and the Lich knows how to.
Yeah. So it's nuts.
So for the Copper Key, your challenge would be try to get your friends together, and maybe either go through Tomb of Horrors.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe kind of like the way I thought of it is. If you want to play original D&D, which is it's completely different. Make some preset like top level characters and just go through it.
And you could probably even find them online.
Yeah,
you might even be able to find the original characters that went through it.
Yeah, so do that or the retooling of it.
Yeah, because they also have a version of it, and if I think about it, no promises. I'll leave a link in the description. There is an official D&D 5e. Like Tomb of Horrors.
Yeah.
So you can still play it with the modern D&D, which is a lot more accessible if you've never played D&D.
Yeah. Joust, go to your local arcade. Yeah. I'm sure you could find an emulator. There's an NES version.
So for Joust, whoever's DMing, one of the players has to beat him at Joust.
Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah. That would be pretty fun. Cool. So once you beat them, you get the Copper Key. The Copper Key takes you to the first gate. Where the main character had to play through the entire game of Dungeons of Daggorath, which is an old PC, kind of like Elder Scrolls Arena.
Yeah.
That's one you have to find an emulator almost for.
Well, because it's not even. It won't even run natively on modern computers.
No.
So
that's a video game. You'd have to do that. And after he gets to the end of that. I'm skipping a lot of some of the
like the plot stuff,
menial tasks. Yeah. But the final thing is he has to play Matthew Broderick's character in the movie War Games, so he has to live the movie War Games, and he has to quote along with it.
Yes.
I'm not saying you have to quote along with it. I'm just saying War Games is really fun.
Yeah. But if you want to throw on subtitles, watch it with your friends, and take turns on the lines or pick characters.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
That could be fun.
All right, updated rule. You have to do that. That's the game now.
Yeah, and War Game is great. War Game is an old Matthew Broderick film.
Yeah.
It's from '83. And it's kind of like the first time hacking and computers were ever just anything in a movie.
Yeah.
And it's great.
I can't even remember. It's been so long, but was it like Matrix where it was like hacking that actually looks like hacking, or was it more like every other movie where it's just like...
No, it's actually praised for being
accurate.
It's Hollywood. It's Hollywood hacking, but it's as accurate
as you could do. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's pretty good. And he accidentally starts a war game with a defense system. And has to try to defeat it, or else it launches nukes at Russia.
Yeah, he has to
Because this is Cold War.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, all right. So go ahead.
So you do that, you beat it, and that you beat the second gate. You get a clue, and that leads you to the Jade Key.
Mm-hmm.
So the Jade Key, the main character had to go through again another 1-to-1 version of the game Zork, which is a text-based game. And you can go. There are websites. There's archive websites where you can play this game.
Yeah.
And it's a black screen. And the text comes up. You read it. It's like you're in a room.
Yeah.
I look around.
Yeah. So these games, if you've never played one, they are the most. It's so foreign. There's no there's no guide. There's no this is what you can do. This is what you can't do.
Mm.
It just describes a situation and then you just type what you do.
Yeah.
And you gotta kind of use like vague terms. You can't be too specific because it has to be words that the game knows.
Yeah, so the game has to recognize. If it doesn't recognize it, it just says like, "Hey, whoa."
It's like, hey, I don't understand that, bro. Slow down. I'm a computer from like
the
80s or something.
Yeah, and the best way to play these is with graph paper.
Yeah.
Actually, the only way to play these
because otherwise, unless you just have the most absolutely insane spatial awareness where you can just map things out in your brain.
Yeah.
Like. So you'll have to be like, you are in a dungeon, and it's like, you see a door on the north, and, you're going to need to be...
Cardinal directions are important.
Yeah, because it'll say in what direction everything is.
Yeah, so you have to say walk north.
Yeah, and it's like...
Walk west.
Yeah. And it's interesting.
There's a tree, climb tree. You can't climb tree.
Or you get halfway up the tree, you fall and die. And now you're at the beginning.
Yeah.
So good luck with that.
And to do that, so the main character has to collect the treasures from the game and put it in a treasure case.
Mm-hmm.
That's not it.
No.
That's not all.
No.
There's one special key that he has to do. So after he collects all the treasures, there's a clue that says you can only blow the whistle once the trophies have been collected. The whistle turns out to be there's a box of Captain Crunch on the table in the game. And when we were talking about hacking, there was a person who was able to hack into payphones using a whistle that came in a box of Captain Crunch. It had a frequency that would like tell the phone that you paid or something. It's very weird. You have to look up Captain Crunch hack.
Let me see if I can find that, but you keep going.
Yeah. So it's almost impossible to get a hold of one of those whistles. I mean, I guess you could buy one off the internet.
Yeah.
I just say, while you're watching one of these movies on the challenge list, eat some Captain Crunch.
Yeah, just eat a bowl of Captain Crunch.
Or while you're playing Zork,
just
pour yourself
there you go. Eat
Captain
Crunch. And just, try not to cut the top of your mouth.
Yeah. So while Cameron looks up what the actual hacking story of the whistle is, and it does talk about it in the book.
Okay, I must have missed it somehow. Seriously, exploding phone. Okay, so on the hunt for weaknesses in the system, the number of workarounds make free long distance calls. The whistles worked because they emitted particular tones, as Lapsy describes in his book, and in this episode of Radio Lab, there's a link I'm not clicking.
Yeah.
The network's machines spoke, I'm doing air quotes, to each other by emitting tones of frequencies and in particular sequences. One of the people figured out that the patterns of these tones, if somebody figured out that they could just get free phone calls.
Free long distance, yeah.
And somebody figured out that using a toy whistle for the purposes of phone hacking, it's the exact frequency that would get him into his local phone system.
Yeah.
For free.
Yeah.
That is,
That's insane.
Captain Crunch whistle, box of cereal emitted the desired 2,600 hertz tone.
Yep.
Jesus,
so we're going to kind of start speeding this up.
Yeah.
The next gate, it says, continue your quest by taking the test. That was your clue for getting the Jade Key.
Yeah.
The clue was a piece of foil.
Mm-hmm.
And the main character realizes, the foil is it's an origami square.
Yeah.
Which is a reference to Blade Runner. So, because in the movie there's a plot point with a foil origami unicorn. So try your best to make origami unicorns and watch Blade Runner, because he had to take the Void Comp test, which is a test in the movie to make sure that you're a robot or a human, or if you're a robot. So I would say, kick back, watch Blade Runner, fold some origami. Once you took the Void Comp test and Ready Player One, that brings you to Black Tiger, which is a video game. Mm-hmm. It's a Capcom game, and it's actually available on PlayStation 3. And if you have the PlayStation Now, you can get it.
On PS4?
On PS4. It's Capcom Arcade Classics has Black Tiger.
Okay.
Again, probably you can find an emulator or a Capcom cabinet collection, like a used game store.
Yeah.
Probably should have it. It's kind of like a Golden Axe platformer arcade game. Pretty fun.
All right. That'll get you the Jade Key, right?
No, that'll get you through the
that'll
gate.
Get you through the gate, right. The key was Zork.
Yes. Long story of so once you do that and you have your clues, basically, wow, it leads you down a path. It leads you down the story that is told in the Rush album 2112. So the Rush album 2112 is really good, but it's like a rock opera.
Yeah.
And it's one song. It's like a 40-minute song.
Yeah.
And it tells a story. You have to live out that story. You have to play that story on a planet that's dedicated to that album.
Yeah.
Pretty wild. Read the book if you want to get all of it. So I just say chill out and listen to that whole song.
Yeah.
The one song. The entire side on that album is one long rock opera. Somewhere in all of this, the main character plays Pac-Man, and he gets he gets an extra quarter, which is like an extra life.
Yeah.
That's a
not gonna hold anybody to this one. He literally has to play to the dead screen.
Yeah, he has to kill screen Pac-Man.
Yeah, and nobody's gonna do that.
Yeah, so just play some Pac-Man.
Just play Pac-Man. Enjoy it.
The third gate, and the last thing is, oh my gosh, getting the high score on Tempest, which is an old arcade game. Super fun. It's a vector graphic game. And you like shoot down a tunnel, and you have to.
Yeah, that's the game that people say. What is it now? I know.
Polybius.
Polybius looked like.
Yeah, so Tempest is kind of it's like a black cabinet. It's got a little dial on it. It's a vector graphics thing. That game is super fun.
Mm-hmm.
Try if you can.
I saw a VR version of Tempest.
Ooh,
that is nuts, and also you'll die if you play it.
Yeah, and the last once you get through the third gate, the last thing is another flick sync, where you have to play as the main characters, and it is Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that's the final challenge.
Yeah, which if you can't quote that movie already, shame. Shame on you.
Why are you like this?
But that's a good one. So that's the whole. I'm sorry if I've been talking way too long.
No, I think it's super cool. I'm into this list. I'm glad you compiled it.
Those are all the challenges that Halliday leads you on. If you are still not done, I mean that's a month's worth of stuff. If you still want more, there's some extra credit. The extra credit is Galaga. Galaga is played at one point in the game. Pac-Man again.
Yeah.
The Atari game Adventure is referenced because that's the original Easter egg.
That's right, yeah.
So you don't have to beat Adventure. Try to find the Easter egg in Adventure.
There you go.
You can use a guide. The game Sword Quest, look that up. I'm not going to explain it. Look up the history of the Sword Quest games. It will blow your mind. And it was a real-life Easter egg hunt with real-life prizes.
Oh.
With, like, jewel-encrusted swords.
Yeah, that was nuts. I remember that now.
It's insane. So I would say it's too long. Look it up yourself.
Maybe read the comic. There's a comic.
Yeah, Angry Video Game Nerd does a really, really good retrospective on that. So I say watch that.
Yeah, there you go.
And that would be about it. I think at one point, Ikari Warriors is mentioned. I think him and H.
Yeah, that's like their game. They're playing it. They also play a lot of Joust. That's already in the challenge, so yeah, whatever.
So those are the picking apart the book. Those are the things that you'd want to play, and hopefully we get to see some of them.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I think the rally race is going to take place instead of the movies. I don't think they can get the rights to put movies
in movies. Yeah, it might be one of the movies. You know what? I'm fine with that then.
Yeah.
They could probably get maybe Monty Python. I don't know how expensive that one is.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But so they will change it, but I'm excited to see what they keep.
Man, it would be wild if they didn't and the movie was just like 4 hours long because there's 2 other movies in it.
Yes.
Just dubbed over by the characters.
Yeah. But that was our Ready Player One. If that was too much Ready Player One, please tell us in the comments.
And we'll know who to go after because shame on you.
Really. Yeah. And so I'll try to post a photo on social media.
Yeah.
Of my list. I've not made it very far, but I'm going to attempt it before the movie comes out.
Yeah.
And thank you for listening.
That was fun. I had a blast talking that much Ready Player One. It got me more hyped for the movie.
Yep.
I want to see a gun. One last spoiler, because obviously you don't care. I want to see a Gundam fight Mechagodzilla
and Ultraman. Yeah.
And oh jeez. Okay. All right. We're done.
If Ultraman fights Mechagodzilla, it will be the greatest film of all time.
Yeah, it will.
Yep.
All right. Well, see y'all next week.
Yeah.